here's more proof that history is entirely a lie. They have this. This is from the knowledge dash time.com. I'll put a link in the description. The 300 million year old wheel discovered deep in a mine. Okay, wait a minute. 300 million year old wheel, but the dinosaurs died out 63 million years ago. How did they even date these things? Right? This article's all ridiculous. It's just trying to explain away the buildings. Here it is, like tracks, right? Supposed tracks. It's all part of the building, folks. Everything's part of the building. Here's some more evidence. They try to explain away these tracks, markings, right? Any way they can. They're getting desperate. They're getting very desperate because we're onto them, right? We're onto them. We know that the world is all buildings, melted buildings. These are just remnants of the old world buildings. And this event happened 200 years ago, right? I already did videos on that. You can look back. Yeah, it's just absolute sadness that they teach this to our children, right? In school, indoctrination schools, right? So I want to show you some photos too. Let's start with the first photo. This is somewhere in Japan, China. I don't know where it is exactly, but if you look closely enough, you see a grid pattern, right? A geometric patterns, right? The world that you're standing on is a building. Let's go to the next photo. Same area. You see, like, these rectangles everywhere, right? You see the rectangles here. When the big event happened, it didn't melt down everything entirely to rock and stone. Some of these places like this and other places are still recognizable. So the people in archaeology, oh my god, the name, in history, how do you explain this, right? How do you explain this? It's all melted buildings, folks. 200 years ago. Same area. So they'll tell you in school and in media that the Earth movements over billions and billions of years caused this, right? This fold. What you're really seeing is a melted, collapsed building. And what you're seeing here is the brick lines. The brick lines. So this, what they tell you is, the other truthers will tell you that it's trees, right? Remnants of trees. I fell for that lie too. This is not trees, this is buildings. Old world buildings. And here's more proof of the old world buildings. Look at this structure, folks. Look at this structure. This is probably on top of the building. You see the lines, straight lines, right? Brick lines. They tell you this happened billions and billions of years ago. Nope. 200 years ago, folks. And this ocean wasn't here, right? This ocean was not here. This ocean came in. What do you call it? The floodwaters of Atlantis came in after the big event, right? I think I did a video on that where the Earth was never underwater. Like, they had some water, but never like this. The water came in after the big event, right? I think it's the same photo of the same area. Yeah. Obvious brick lines. So here, this is from Iran. I don't know how to pronunciate that. So this is a melted building. This is cathedral-like structure, right? The cathedrals were everywhere in the world, even underground. You see these archways, right? You see the brick lines. 200 years ago, folks. 200 years ago. More of the same. So how do you explain this, right? How do you explain this structure within this mound, right? They'll tell you that the native population came in and did this. That's a same line they tell us over and over and over again. Look at this. Look at this. Do you see the similarities here and then here, right? You see what I'm getting at? You see the similarities? Look at this. Then look at this. Same thing, folks. The whole world was the same building types everywhere. These buildings were on top of this bigger building, right? Everywhere. The Earth was a building, right? Earth was not a planet. Earth was not a sphere. Earth is flat, but Earth was a flat building. Same structures. You see the remnants of the building, the brick lines, right? I think the Middle East, where this was done, was hit the hardest from the big event. And you see the same, lines. Look at the lines on the ground, right? Look at the lines on the ground. So this is a Facebook post. I'm pretty sure all these Facebook groups are controlled opposition, right? They find these photos and try to explain away with the lies, right? Right here, you can pause the video. Most of the 90% of the Facebook pages are controlled opposition to explain away this, tell you lies, right? There's old world buildings right there. And the last photo I want to show you is this, right? They tell you that the ancient people that look like this, right, did this. A complete, utter lie. This was old world buildings right here. There's another old world building, just like in India, everywhere else. The biggest giveaways is geometric patterns. It's perfectly geometric, right? Perfectly in line. There is no errors in this, right? These guys did not build this, right? If these guys were able to build this, they would be sophisticated engineers, right? Yet they wear these, I don't know, wardrobes, sandals, right? And look at the background. Look at the pattern of these bricks, right? Do you think they were able to move these structures? They're like one brick right here. One portion, it would be maybe 100 tons, maybe more, right? So yeah, always question history because history is a lie.